unfinished business, we'll bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Monday, everyone. It's day 26 of the World Cup. 4 teams have booked their place in the quarterfinals with 2 more round of 16 matches coming up today. So everyone, we have plenty to get into. Welcome into Morning Footy, 48 Nations. I'm your host, Hannah Cash, alongside Rodney Wallace, Darian Jenkins and JD Dyer. Rodney's Morning Footy debut.
Yeah. Deep in the middle of the World Cup, Rodney. I like this. Energy.
Lovely to have you with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Appreciate it. I like this team.
Yeah, we've got a lot to dive into today. What a day of World Cup games we had yesterday, Darian.
What a day. I got to go to my first World Cup match yesterday with Norway and Brazil. Yeah.
First ever World Cup game.
First ever men's World Cup game.
How was that?
So it was amazing. It was incredible atmosphere. It was all Brazil. And then Norway had this kind of sliver of fans by their goal. But it was really cool. Saw everybody, and the Brazil kids and the Norwegian kids did the room with everybody. Yeah, we learned that in studio. So it was great. It was a really good game.
Your World Cup debut.
Yeah, World Cup debut. Sounds like you were out there with the fans. Were you sat with the fans or were you up in a suite?
I was in a little suite.
Wow. Not very often that, someone's debut game's in a suite,
Right, yeah.
She's not anybody though, is she? You know what I mean? She's not every day. She's not anybody though, is she?
You've been able to get to any games, JD?
Yeah, I've been to 2. I've broadcasted at 2. I've done France versus Senegal and I've done Brazil versus Haiti. So I know in terms of like...
Were you in the box?
Feels like, no, I was on the pitch side, man.
Oh.
Yeah. We were pitch side.
We got someone in the suite, someone pitch side.
I mean, have you not seen how Ronaldinho embraced me? That was my moment in life.
That was it.
Life has been completed after that, so I'm okay.
Lovely. Rodney, you got to any games?
Excuse me?
Have you got to any games?
France, Senegal.
Okay.
I was there.
Nice.
You was there France, Senegal as well?
You didn't. I was up there, but not all the way at the top. But like,
Close.
We were there. We were both there. You saw the vibes.
I saw the vibes, but I was not at your level. My level was a little higher. My category 3.
It was hot that day, though.
It was hot. It was beaming.
a good game.
It was a special game, though. It was
Not
beautiful.
everyone can get pitch side with
It's okay. It's all right, Hannah Cash.
Well, everybody.
Just trying to be like you when I grow up.
When you grow up, you're older than me. Okay, then, everybody. We have so much to get into today, so why don't we start off heading to Mexico City, where rainstorms couldn't keep Mexico and England from delivering an all-time classic at the Azteca. Jude Bellingham scored a pair of goals just 2 minutes apart to give the Three Lions control, but Mexico's Julian Quiñones made it 2-1 to give El Tri some hope just before half-time. A Jarrell Kwanzaa red card left England with 10 men early in the second half, but Harry Kane's 60th minute penalty made it 3-1 on the way to a 3-2 victory to send England through to the quarter-finals, where they will now face Norway. So a historic night for England, and here's what head coach Thomas Tuchel had to say after the game.
We did it with pure mentality, with heart, overcame every obstacle that was thrown at us. I'm so proud of the mentality and the will of this team. It's a very, very special night for us. It feels almost like we won a final or something. This last moment where the referee takes the whistle to his mouth and you know that you overcame it 40, 50 minutes with 10 men in the altitude against the home country, against a strong, strong Mexican team. You just like, this is a moment of joy, and it is a heroic performance and a heroic result in the end.
So last night, England became the first team to ever beat Mexico at the Estadio Azteca in the World Cup. So a history-breaking night. We saw what Thomas Tuchel said there yesterday. When Gareth Southgate left England, JD,
yes.
As an England fan, I think we were all kind of worried that togetherness, that unity, if we were actually ever going to see it again from an England side.
It's very fair.
Did we see it last night?
I think sometimes in the midst of some of the most intense atmospheres, you can really find out how deep your team's character is. And yesterday, England had everything against them. The atmosphere, the altitude, the energy was against... Like, every single time I felt like an English player was touching the ball, I felt like all I could hear was whistles. And I was turning my TV down. That's how loud it was in terms of in the front room. So It was the perfect test to see if this team is unified, and they actually passed. And I was so shocked that it was, as Thomas Tuchel alluded to, it was the character, it was the determination. It had nothing to do with the football for the first time. I mean, you're never going to hear a manager praise a team that's had 33% possession, had half the amount of shots as the opposition, but then still showcase so much that goes into this game. And I was really proud of looking at England yesterday because it wasn't never going to be the cleanest cut game. It was never going to be the beautiful football that was going to get England through. It was whether or not they could actually manage the occasion. And for the first time, England actually passed the test in terms of managing mentality.
You're very happy about this.
I'm smiling.
You're smiling and crying too.
Listen. At the same time, it was a lot happening in that household yesterday, and I could only imagine every other household because I realized now living in America, there is a huge Mexican community here that was ready. They were ready for everything. And Latry, I think, gave absolutely everything. But at the same time, England really showcased that they have the fortitude here to actually win a World Cup. And that's always been the question mark.
Yeah, I think England needed a win like that. They haven't had the best performances. I've loved hearing Troy talk about England because he is on them, and rightfully so. And I think getting a really gritty win like that, especially when I would say like 98% of the world was saying that Mexico was going to win at the Azteca, at home, with the momentum that they have, the support behind them, how difficult it is to play there, and the momentum. And England finally got that. And I think there's a couple of teams in this tournament that have had to pull out gutsy wins, a man down as well, that you're going to look back on a match like that, and that's going to propel you forward. That gave them a different, sharper edge than they've had in a long time.
I think for me, it was the mentality before the game even started. The players were saying that the altitude wasn't going to affect us. The fact that we were at Azteca, 87,000 fans, 82 of them being Mexican fans, they tuned the noise out. And for me to be able to witness a team like that go into an environment where I've known it's very heavy and get the result, incredible.
Yeah, well, Rodney, you've played at the Estadio Azteca twice, haven't you? So
I played at the Azteca, been there at halftime with the oxygen mask. I know how hard it is to breathe, and they were a man down. And to be able to pull that off, I mean, incredible performance. Jude Bellingham in the first half, being able to not only get the goals, but also defend and get that ball off the goal line. I mean, man of the match for me.
Do you think this performance from England yesterday proved that they can win this World Cup?
I don't think there's ever been a question whether England could win the World Cup. The question mark has always been when England are tested or facing an opposition that gives them something to think about, could they step up in that moment? It's the mental side. It's never ever been the quality. It's not the players that's in that team. I mean, I could sit here and list you world-class players now. Harry Kane is as good as any number 9 in world football. Jude Bellingham plays for Real Madrid as a number 10. You understand why after watching his performances in this World Cup. Declan Rice has been outstanding and in the world-class category for the last 18 months or so. And you talk about that back line. I know it's been disjointed and there's been changes, but there's still a lot of Champions League experience and whatever else in there. The quality has never been a question mark. It's whether or not, as a team, when you're faced up against it, could you actually unify and show cohesion and show the mental side of the game? And for the first time in a long while, I say it again, England actually showcased that they can handle the occasion. The mentality actually showed through, and everything was against them. The 10 men, as has been alluded to already, the atmosphere, the fans, everything you could possibly imagine on paper was against that England team. And finally, they looked like lions yesterday, and I'm so proud. Doesn't matter what happens the rest of this tournament. That is a stand-up performance, and that's all you want, heart.
Yeah. Do you think the English media will have anything bad to say about them today?
Of course they will.
You think they'll find something?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them all. Nigel, Troy. I'm looking forward to them all.
English
Darian,
media.
do you think this England side have enough to win this World Cup?
I do. Like I said, I think this is all predicated on that performance. Can you bring that mentality, that attitude that you were talking about before? And I think a lot of that has to do with Bellingham and Kane. I think if you're looking at leaders and people that never say die, life and limb on the line on both sides of the ball and still have quality to finish in that final third, you can do anything in this tournament. You have to have that level of endurance mentally. And I think those two players truly have it. And when you look up the pitch and you see them giving every single ounce of energy that they have, I mean, you heard Harry Kane's voice after the game. Man could barely speak. That's what you're going to play for. And I think if they're going to continue to have matches like that, then yeah, absolutely.
So they're going to be facing Norway now, Rodney, next Saturday. Obviously, Jarrell Konsa is out, got the red card, maybe eradicated, we don't know. How do you think they're going to replace him? Because he's a right-sided defender who they need.
I think it's now beyond that. Now we've entered the next stage of what England can do, and we saw the performance at Azteca, but this is now more about the momentum that this win gives them and the unity as a group. Whoever it is that plays in that position, whoever it is that has to cover the spot on the right side, whoever is called upon, it's beyond the technical ability. It's beyond any of that. Right now, it's the unity and the momentum. So whoever it is, they're going to feel supported by the rest of the team.
Yeah, JJ?
Oh, well, I'm full-footed with it. I love England. I love England under Tuchel. I think that there's been evolution. And I'll tell you when the first time I realised that this team actually had the mentality to go really far in this competition, it was actually half-time against Croatia. Being called out by your manager and how you adjust in the middle of a game was going to really showcase everything to me, because there have been frustrations throughout this tournament. I've seen them struggle against a low block. I've seen them struggle in terms of intensity, in terms of with the ball. I've even seen them struggle in terms of intensity off of the ball. And those type of variables aren't things when your rivals are doing so well. Like, I'm seeing Argentina blossom when they need to. I'm seeing Spain now warm as the tournament goes further. I mean, France has showcased their quality throughout this whole competition so far. And England needed to showcase that they could not only match those teams in terms of the intensity, but also face a moment like this, step forward and actually embrace it, attack it, and come out victorious. All of those factors are only going to add confidence to this camp. And I'm now looking at it like they should feel like they have the mentality to be champions.
Is that how this performance will help them going into that Norway game, the confidence that gives them?
Yeah, I think being able to sustain what they did in Mexico at the Azteca against that quality of a team that had so much momentum behind them. Yes, you're going against a Norwegian side, and seeing them live yesterday, they were good on the ball. I mean, I know we're going to talk about Brazil. Brazil did them a lot of favors in tactically how they set up. But I think that team has so much confidence. And then you look at Holland, who can make something out of nothing. And this English side hasn't faced a forward like Holland. So they're going to have a massive test. But again, I think it's just that mentality piece that at this point in the tournament is really what gives a team the edge to move forward.
Yeah. What do we make of Mexico yesterday? I mean, the last 8 World Cups, they've exited at the round of 16. Do you think that's kind of haunting them in this tournament?
I think for them to not get the result at home is a failure. For them, it was a big moment to get to the next round. This was their World Cup. And yeah, England was a tough opponent. It wasn't a guaranteed win, but to have the home support and not to pull off this win, it's an upset for Mexico.
At the end of the day, I look at these and I see these tears, and that is true. And this is going to be the only time you're ever going to hear some bias from me, Hannah. But this is just redemption. Like, I seem to remember in terms of 1986 going to the Azteca and England having a real problem in their hands in terms of the hand of God, and then Diego Maradona did everything else of magic in that moment. At some point within football, things have got to level itself out. And this was England's opportunity to level itself out. It's taken a long time to get back to this stage where you can have some confidence in going into a stadium and knowing everything is against you. Almost 40 years. It's talking about, but the most famous goal of all time occurred in a World Cup competition in that same stadium, and England they're the ones, they were crying. So it will level itself out, and Mexico will come again, because the development they've shown within this tournament, the confidence they've shown that they can step forward, and not necessarily with the most amount of quality within the squad, should be great building blocks for everything they want to do going forward.
Yeah. Well, we are live on YouTube today, everybody, so we are able to check all the comments. We have had some comments saying that Mexico are overrated.
Ooh.
Oh, I mean, that's a bit hard.
But then we have had some ones that England are just too good. No, England are just too good.
I don't think Mexico is overrated by any means at all. What's overrated about Mexico? You could say maybe earlier in the tournament they were very defensive. We know this about Aguirre. He's going to defend well. But this team grew. They were attacking. They were scoring more than one goal. They were super aggressive, showing their own quality. So they're not overrated.
No. Mexico didn't have qualifiers. They didn't have to suffer that much. So for me to see them in this situation where they were actually playing proper football in the World Cup was already a massive step forward. But then to compete and then to show what they're about, creating opportunities, scoring goals, it's a disappointment, but still it shows that they are ready for the next cycle. And Mexico have been in a tough position prior to this World Cup, where they've been judged by the way that they played. They've been judged by results, by competition. But right now, this is a moment where they can take a step forward.
Yeah, definitely. So Mexico unable to make it to the quarterfinals. England are on their way there. They're going to be taking on Norway next Saturday. Everybody, we're going to be taking a quick break here on Morning Footy. We've got much more coming up on the other side of this break.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it? The crowd here feels electric.
Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, everyone. Let's go to New Jersey, where mighty Brazil took on Norway in front of a sold-out MetLife Stadium filled with Brazilian fans. And it was the Norwegians playing the role of spoiler by eliminating the South American giants. So Bruno Guimaraes missed a first-half penalty that denied Brazil's chance for an early lead, and Erling Haaland made them pay, scoring a pair of second-half goals to give the Scandinavians a 2-1 victory over the Seleção, sending Norway to their first World Cup quarter-final and eliminating Brazil in the World Cup round of 16 for the first time since 1990. So here are the stats from the game. So the lowest possession by Brazil in a World Cup knockout game, 34% compared to Norway's 66%. Also, look at that stat there, Norway having 618 passes completed compared to Brazil's 279. JD, what does that tell us about yesterday?
What I've been saying about both of these two nations for the longest while is that they're going in completely different directions. Brazil are... How can I explain this without being respectful at the same time? Because I respect the 5 stars that's across their chest, and I respect everything they've done in terms of football. You can go any quarter of the world and everybody recognises in terms of what Brazil has given to football. But unfortunately, this team that is here right now is not the team from yesteryear. We're not talking about Romario, Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho. We're not talking about any of those legends. We're talking about a team that's struggling for flair, a team that has been Europeanized in a way, is that even a word, in terms of just a lack of culture, the lack of samba I see, the lack of fluidity in the final third. And right now they're struggling with an identity crisis because they don't recognize that this Brazil is not the Brazil that's going to take them forward. And it's been obvious since the qualifiers.
Yeah, well, this is what Carlo Ancelotti, Brazil's head coach, had to say after the game. I think we even deserve to win at the match at some point today. And when you go through something like that, you have to realise that, hey, this is a defeat. We're going to manage it, we're going to take this defeat, and we're going to use it as fuel for the new cycle. What do we think of how Ancelotti approached this game tactically?
I believe that he could have done a better job at managing the situations in regards to player decisions, prior to the World Cup, but we have to forget about that. Now we have to focus on the players that we have on the roster. And for me to see a player like Endrick come into a moment where he was not fit to play, the moment was too big for him. To have a ball that's played in for you to take one touch and to finish, it just showed that he didn't make the right decision by putting him into the game. In my opinion, I would have put Neymar earlier onto the game because people wanted that moment of magic. They wanted that joga bonito, and I think JD mentioned it well. There is no flair. There is no more keeping the ball, possession with purpose. There wasn't any of that, and I think Ancelotti being a player's coach, it played a huge role into that. It even played a huge role into the PK situation. When Guimaraes took the ball, that's a moment for Vinicius to say, no, regardless of what you said, coach, and who's the best PK taker, I'm the man. I'm taking that ball, and I'm saying, hey, love you, bro. I'm taking that, and I'm taking the PK. But again, those are decisions that are made by the manager, but players have to step into the situations and take control.
Tactically, Brazil played scared. They sat so low. They were so condensed in like 15 yards of space in their defensive third. Norway looked more Brazil than Brazil looked Brazil. The fact that Norway had that much possession against the quality that Brazil has to be able to press, to go at them, put them on their heels, make them respect them, go 1v1. The moments that they did go 1v1, they were brilliant. You saw the joy. You saw what we believe is Brazil, what we've come to love about Brazil. They played so fearful that it allowed Norway to get more into the game, get more aggressive. Haaland hardly touched the ball. The moments that he did, he scored some goals. But you gave them those opportunities to have that confidence, to give Haaland that confidence, because it was gritty. But they didn't match Norway in any way, and we're seeing that proven.
Yeah, we're talking, look here now, ifs, buts and maybes, JD, but if that penalty did go in, how would that have affected the game? Did you want to see Vinny step up and take it? How do you think that changed the whole momentum?
It wouldn't have changed the game at all because
it wouldn't.
No, let me explain to you what's happening in Brazil, and they don't want to face it, which is that every nation has to go through a transition. At some point, you have to go for a revamp and you have to look yourself in the mirror. And unfortunately, Brazil are going through a massive identity crisis. They have been for the longest whiles, from the beginning of my lifetime anyway, and probably before then, they have been the trailblazers in football. They have been the standard. They have been the ones that everyone has aspired to become. Like, I want to have a first touch like a Brazilian. I want to have the flair and the confidence on the ball like a Brazilian. I want to have the coolness and the composure in any aspect of the game like a Brazilian. And unfortunately, the more I watch this Brazil team, I almost feel like they've been coached out of that style. I've seen it now for a number of years and a number of cycles where you've taken all of the individual things that made Brazilians so brilliant and made Brazilians almost the leaders and the trailblazers within football. And now all of a sudden you're trying to make them like a European team. You're trying to make them structured and around these tactics and all the rest of it. What's made Brazilians so special is that they play football on instinct. They don't play football necessarily on a whole dynamic that's been put in front of them. And now it's almost as if you've gone from everyone trying to catch you as the leaders in football to now all of a sudden trying to be like everybody else. And now they're in a massive identity crisis where they need to kind of rip it out from the core and say, let's start again and let's go back to what makes us special, what makes our fullback special, what makes our centre-half special, what makes our centre midfielder special, and what makes our forward line special. And it's all about individualism and that magic moment. And you had that person on the bench who still had that core to him in Neymar, and why we all fell in love with Neymar from the beginning. And yet, you didn't utilise him in the right moments, which tells me everything that I need to know about this team, and it tells me everything I need to know about the direction that this country is going.
We saw Ancelotti say there after the game, we're entering this new cycle, and you kind of alluded to it, JD. Brazil are always haunted by the history of their past, aren't they? How do they step into that new cycle now then, Rodney?
You bring in a Brazilian manager. I think.
So you don't think Ancelotti is the guy?
I think Ancelotti's a fantastic manager, and I think he always has great teams. But now we're talking about international football. We're talking about Brazil, and I think Brazilian players do well with Brazilian coaches that know the culture and the game there. I was fortunate enough to play in Brazil, and I know how Brazilian players react and interact with Brazilian coaches. You talked about the flair. You talked about how your wingbacks attack. You talk about the skill that is missing. He's a European coach. You need to bring in somebody that understands the proper way of playing football in Brazil.
Darren, do you think Ancelotti's the right guy for the job? Do you think he would have learned anything from this World Cup to take to the next one if he's still there?
Yeah, I think he's such a player's manager. And looking at the performances that they've had, I think you guys have both said it to a T. They are not playing bold. They're playing fearful. We're not seeing the joy. We're not seeing the flair on the ball. And moving forward, you have to get that back out of this team, out of the younger players. Who's the next player that's going to step up, like a Vinicius Jr.? How do you get the best out of him? And that's when he's the guy that's responsible. He's the guy on the ball. You're giving it to him. You're giving him chance after chance. They did not do that. So, yeah, looking forward, he's going to have to instill a lot more confidence in these players and have that audacity that we're used to seeing from Brazil, that we're so accustomed to seeing. Maybe they're not the most sound defensively team, but they're going to make teams respect them on the attack. The other team is going to have to adjust. And we just didn't see that this tournament, so that's what's going to change moving forward.
We've had some comments here about Brazil having many talented young players. I know we speak about Neymar, and he's obviously retired from international football. So how can they rely more on their young players? Is it building it up from the youth?
I tell you what I liked.
Bring them in.
I tell you what I liked about this Brazil selection more than any other previous team that has kind of failed at major tournaments most recently. They chose a lot of players that still play in Brazil. They really wanted to try to tap into that core and get those domestic flair back into their team. Unfortunately, when it came to utilising those players, they actually didn't utilise them. That's the annoyance I had, because I could see what Ancelotti was feeling in terms of the selection. You want to grab the nostalgia and the attention piece, which is Neymar. You want to grab that young core of Brazilian players that are playing domestically and give them an opportunity to showcase what they can do and sprinkle it in with the players that's playing across world football with their experience and what they've achieved in the game. Unfortunately, you focus on only one part of those three, and the part that you focus in is unfortunately the part that's un-Brazilian. Those players that are playing in Europe, fantastic players, great demonstration in terms of who they are. But if I put Bruno Guimarães in a Portugal shirt, you would have no idea that he was a Brazilian. If I put him in an Italian shirt, you'd have no idea he's a Brazilian. He doesn't give me the core of what I've grown up watching. I've watched some of the best holding midfielders in Brazil in the history of this game still be able to half turn and pivot over both shoulders, still be able to play a ball 60 yards, have a double step over and turn around and showcase what they can do. Because it doesn't matter where we are. Why we fall in love with Roberto Carlos? He wasn't your typical fullback. Cafu's another example, wasn't your typical fullback. Lucio is another one. Where is the Brazilians that have made the foundation of football and why we love them? Unfortunately, they're not in the squad right now. They're not getting selected and they're not getting picked. So Brazil will continue to fail until they go back to what's made them great for history.
I would argue that they are in the squad. I think those players are in the squad. I think the confidence level was so low going into this that if your coach is telling you, we know this as players, if your coach is saying, we're going to go into a low block, we're going to be compact, and we're just going to let them have the ball, and let's just try to counter. You're like, all right, we're not confident in the attack. We're actually fearful of what they're going to do to us. That's not Brazil. I think you can't transmit that as a player until your coach is giving you that confidence.
That's when your leaders step up, though. That's when Neymar says, this is not the Brazil that I know. This is not the way that we grew up playing this game. This is not who we are. And we say, let's go. We got to get ourselves back into rhythm by playing the way that we play, dictating this game going forward. And again, having players like Neymar not being 100%, I think that plays a big factor in it.
Should we talk about Norway then? Getting to the quarterfinals. For the first, a bit more on a positive note here. Norway getting to the quarterfinals for the first time in their history. I think this country, everyone in the country was celebrating, weren't they, for Norway? Haaland getting the 2 goals towards the end of the game. He's now had 7 goals in this World Cup. Only had 100 touches.
Only?
Across the whole World Cup. Crazy.
That's efficiency.
Have we ever seen this before, Rodney?
We've never seen a machine like him before. So what he's doing is he's changing the game of football. I mean, I believe it's every 15 touches he gets the goal, something like that. So he is from a different dimension, and what he can do with Norway, it has been incredible because he's making runs. He's trying to drift into the right, into the left, behind the defenders. He may not get the ball, but at any moment, he can hurt you.
Did this win prove that Haaland can take Norway further than where we expected to go, JD?
To say what I love about watching Erling Haaland's game, I've seen his ability to score goals at every level, every club, every country that he's played for, and that's true. He is a machine. I will always tell man and say Rod is completely on point. We've never really seen a striker like him. But what he doesn't get enough credit for is his tactical discipline.
Yeah.
Like there's an actual art to what he does. It isn't just, oh, I don't want to be involved, because we all have played ball, right? You play ball as well. You know that. Well, in the front room, but, but you know that what you want to touch more than anything is the football, right? You're told to look after the football, and he actually neglects the original principles that's put into you as a kid to go and get the ball, and says, I'm going to wait and I'm going to trust my teammates to put me in a position to be successful. And then when it's given to me, I'm a showcase as to why I'm the best finisher in world football. And that right there is an art that I don't think has been truly understood. Everyone talks about, oh, he's not interested, or talks about his lack of touches. It's Pep that has put that into him, that understanding of being disciplined in your position. And your presence alone creates enough mayhem or enough chaos around you that when we do put you in a position, I trust that you'll have the finishing touch.
He has that aura that I think just him standing there instills fear. As the defenders watching, they're constantly just like this, watching him. He's standing offside. He's kind of looping around the center back. So it was so fun to watch him yesterday because you're right. He doesn't get on the ball, but he's always still a threat because you don't know when he's just going to take off and do that frigging run where he's just eating up the turf on the pitch. And I think, you know, that is a very underrated thing, but I think constantly his movement, even though he's not getting those touches, creates so much space, disrupts so much of the organization of whoever he's playing against that it allows Norway to maintain the ball and be a little bit more patient. And then when they are going direct, he's always ready. He's phenomenal.
Rodney, were you surprised by the performance we saw from Norway yesterday?
I was surprised. Norway, to me, has never been a powerhouse of football. So for me to be able to see them in this situation versus Brazil that we already covered, it's incredible. I said it a couple of weeks ago. Norway has already won the World Cup by just being here, by winning these games, by moving on to the next round. But now we're starting to see Norway really be a contender. Can they really win this World Cup with Erling Haaland? Can they really make this happen?
You know what I do love about Norway is everyone's been sleeping on them for a while. But if you watch them in qualifiers, they embarrass the Italians, showcase what they can do. I know it's going to upset a few of our friends here at the network, but the truth is the truth. And they really showcased, as they've gone on, you can continue to ignore us, but like their fans, we'll make noise and you'll recognize our presence is here. And what I love as well is their connection. If you look at it, it's not just Erling Haaland who's brilliant. Martin Odegaard is fantastic at holding his space. Antonio Nusa is going to be a fantastic player. And that's now sprinkling into domestic football. We've seen what Bodo Glimt has done in the Champions League this year. Norway is no longer that, oh, we're confused as to who they are. They're a dark horse, and I put them as someone who's going to finish third in this tournament for a reason, because I know exactly what I'm getting from this team. And they're going to surprise a lot of nations over the next few years.
Yeah, so Norway are going to be facing England in their next game. You have to think Haaland against his teammates, Mark Gage, John Stones, so that'll be a very interesting game. OK, then, everybody, we're going to take a quick break here on Morning Footy. We've got so much more coming up on the other side. Do stay with us, everyone.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Rank? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad would want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, everyone. So on Thursday, we have our first quarter-final matchup between France and Morocco, and this is how the two teams got here. So France topped Group I, then went on to beat Sweden in the round of 32 and then Paraguay in the round of 16. Morocco came second in Group C, went on to beat the Netherlands 3-2 on penalties, and then Canada most recently in the round of 16. So I think what we learned from the France-Paraguay game is that this France side is not invincible, are they? Is Morocco the side that could potentially upset them in this World Cup, the most likely opponent they're going to face?
Or I don't want to spoil the bracket section we've got going on later, but I don't believe that this will be an upset. I do believe that Morocco is a serious nation. I think they showcased over the last couple of World Cups, and of course, being now, I guess technically the AFCON champions, that they are a nation. I see I did that there. I was just giving them formalities. This was doing formalities.
A little smoke.
Yeah, since they are technically champions going into this, I do believe that Morocco are a very, very good side. Love in terms of what they've done. I think Webby has had to step into a very awkward situation as the new head coach, but obviously the foundations he had laid with a lot of the youth teams has given him a good precedence to kind of go forward. But this is probably where the competition ends for them, because France are the real deal. And Paraguay were going to be a typical, in terms of defensive team, resilient. I've been told it's almost embedded in their culture, who they are as people, in terms of to show that resilience, especially on the pitch. And I was expecting France to kind of struggle in a low block, but they got the victory. And that's the most important part at this stage of the competition.
Paraguay versus France. That was a difficult moment for France, in my opinion. They already knew Paraguay was going to come in and they were going to work hard and they were going to go and kick them and they were going to go and try to distract them. But Paraguay didn't have the quality that Morocco has. Morocco has the strength, but Morocco also can move the ball. And they're way more organized, and within their attack, they're fluid. It's not as if it's a defensive block, and then when they get the ball, they just kick it long. Now, Morocco is used to playing without the ball, and then when they do get it in that low block, they're able to transition in a way better outside flank movement situation than, I would say, Paraguay, which can also hurt France.
Darian?
You're saying Morocco are going to do something.
Most likely
we don't do half stepping here.
There's going to be an upset.
We don't do half stepping here.
There's an upset happening here. I'm going for Morocco.
What?
100%.
Oh, okay, I'm going to let my girl D come in first.
No, I don't think there's going to be an upset. I think, Morocco have grown a lot throughout this tournament, but they can ride the wave of momentum. Yeah, they're fine without the ball, but they haven't faced France with the attack that they have. And I think that game of France and Paraguay, that gave them such, we were talking about sharpening iron earlier with England taking over Mexico. That was a game to me where France is like, oh, we can deal with any element. You can kick, you can shove, you can do all of the crazy-ish that comes with, you know, the dark arts of the football. They can still pull out a win. They could have scored many more goals as well. The post helped them out, and there was a lot of moments where France could have put more chances away. But to me, that's a match that you look back on, you're like, we can beat anybody. If we have to go through that, we can top any of these teams.
So feeling very confident here on the desk. Everybody, it's time for our Connected for the Win presented by Xfinity. So everybody, Morocco are unbeaten in their last 34 games. Can they keep that streak going, JD, without Saibari?
That's an asterisk, really. But what I will say is...
Yes, not included voided loss to Senegal.
That's an asterisk. What I would say is that Morocco have demonstrated that they have an element of flexibility within their game. They're very adaptable. Doesn't matter what type of performance they need to go with. That means if they need to be aggressive and be on the front foot, if they need to contain and being good in the transitions. I love this Morocco team. There's not probably a team in world football that has expanded as much over the last 4 to 5 years in terms of the expectations to what they're actually delivering. Unfortunately, I'm going to say it again, they can keep going as much as they can, but they're going against the best team in the world right now. So I'm interested in what my boy has to say, because I'm going to be real, I don't see an upset. I don't see it happening in any which way. I actually think France will go out and demonstrate as to why they are the favourites in this competition right now.
From what I saw versus Paraguay is, okay, there's quality. France, the best attack in the world, favorite to win the World Cup. Morocco steps into this situation, they approach it the right way, and yes, they're going to sit in their low block at times. But when they do have the ball, I think, in my opinion, okay, Morocco can cause problems. And don't be surprised if at half we're up 1-0. Versus France.
You heard it though, Dave. We're up. I heard it.
I told you.
I heard it.
Say it now. You want me to reveal it now?
Yeah.
All right, everyone, let's try be objective on TV. Let's keep up with that. Should we talk about France, Kylian Mbappe? I mean, writing record books all the time, every game, I feel like, at this point in the World Cup. Most goals in knockout history in this tournament. 7 goals so far in that Golden Boot race. Are we really appreciating what we're seeing, Darian, do you think?
No, we're not. I think he's one of those players that is phenomenal. You look at the numbers he puts up, but we don't talk about him in the same caliber that we talk about other players, like a Kane, like a Messi, whoever you want to be talking about. And it's just because trophies have evaded him. At the club level, yes, he has a World Cup title, but as we've talked about, we were talking in the green room, he wasn't the guy that you're looking to. Now he is that guy. Can he bring this team to another final and win it? That's, I think, what's just evading him as to why he's not the same caliber, but the numbers he puts up, how effective he is for even club. He had, 48 goal contributions with Real Madrid, but we don't talk about that because of how they went out in Champions League as well. So I think if he gets to a final, they win it, absolutely, but he doesn't get the credit that he deserves.
Agreed?
Anybody that's sleeping on Kylian Mbappe's greatness doesn't really understand as to how great he really is. Like, he is as explosive as I think I've ever seen in terms of as a footballer in the final third. He is so sharp, so short. And I can't remember which goal it was in the previous game, not against Paraguay, but I think it was the last game of the group where there was this triangle that had formulated on the right-hand side, and everyone's talking about the clip from when he's cutting in. Forgive me, the team actually eludes me right now, but what I was looking at was just his sharpness. And you know, as a defender, you can't switch off at any point when he's on your shoulder. And that is a telling sign, but then what he has is the clinical edge on top of it, because if I give him half a chance, he's going to find side netting, he's going to finish, and that right there is irreplaceable in world football. So we can talk about the Mbappes, we can talk about his greatness, but I think there's a lot of players in this France team that we're sleeping on. I mean, there's a Ballon d'Or winner, the defending champion, who's on this team. I mean, the best player, arguably, right now in world football in terms of form is Michael Olise. The back four looks as solid as it's ever done. We have a world-class goalkeeper in between the sticks, and, you know, the midfield actually understands his assignment. And we've done all this and haven't even mentioned N'Golo Kante, who's probably keeping his whole team together behind the scenes. This France team has everything. And just to sprinkle a little bit of icing on the cake, this is Didier Deschamps' goodbye. So they have the motivation, they have the storyline, they have the players, they have the quality. It's over to them whether or not they can turn around and get the second star on their chest.
So pressure's on France?
Yes, the pressure's been on them from the beginning.
Pressure's on 100%. France at the World Cup.
The pressure's been on them.
Exactly. My point being, the pressure's on them. So why can't Morocco shock the world?
But the pressure was on them in
is on them.
2018 when they won their second World Cup. The pressure was on them in 98 when they beat Brazil the first time round. Like, the pressure's always been on France because we know in our lifetime, I have never seen a France team without a world-class player in it. Like, they have always had pressure. And yet what I realise is they could probably put their second team out and still win this World Cup. And that's what I'm talking about when the quality is talking throughout this team. Because I look at the bench and I see Bradley Barcola coming. I see Desiree Doué coming off the bench. It doesn't really matter who you're talking about.
Kante's coming up.
Let's just everybody just take a seat back. Like,
let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it.
Let's just enjoy. Tu parles en français?
Let's see it. No, I don't. Hablo español.
Rodney, it does seem like Mbappe loves the pressure of a knockout round. He's never lost a game in the knockout rounds in World Cup history.
Mbappe is arguably one of the best players in the world in the box, whether it's like we talked about his quick movements, but it's the ability to go 1v1 before he gets to strike to go side netting. So him being hungry right now to get to the golden boot and all of those factors, they play a big role into these matches because of that hunger. I want to be the best in the world, so I have to show it the next game versus Morocco.
Darian, where would you rank Mbappe all time if he continues this pace and leads France to a World Cup title?
Where would I rank him?
If he wins this World Cup, despite not having a Champions League title, all of that, what you just alluded to, the trophy cabinet.
I mean, he's top 3 in strikers in the world, easily. I think even with that this is where I'm saying I think generally we don't talk about him as much because those have evaded him, but to me, he's already in that top 3. Anywhere he is on the pitch, he's dangerous. He comes alive when there's more pressure. The swagger that he has after putting away that penalty against Paraguay in those waning moments of the match. This is where he comes alive. And to me, when you're an all-time player, where you're a player where we're talking about being the best in the world, you can handle that pressure. And he's proven time and time again, even when he was younger, that he can handle it. So he's been up there for me. This would just quiet the haters that don't agree 100%. If he wins another trophy and does it with club.
Top 3 for you, JD?
In world football right now? Undoubtedly. I actually think he is in the all-time great category already because he's been doing it for a decade. And that's what people haven't realised. Since he burst onto the scene with Monaco and what we've seen in terms of the consistency, the development, and most importantly, the productivity, Kylian Mbappe is already an all-time great. Yeah. It's just how far does he want to go in terms of his leg. He has the opportunity to, with his skill set and what he's producing, to go down as the greatest of all time. But he is in that category of the all-time greats. I put him in the same conversation as a Romario, Rivaldo right now as one of the legacy strikers of a generation. How far he goes is to be determined, to be honest, in the next 10 years.
So how many trophies he gets determines how far he'll go.
What you do in your impact. He's already broken all these other records, so it's just about adding to the trophy cabinet right now.
Yeah. OK, then, everyone. Why don't we move on? We've got a very special guest here in studio. We normally see him on the big screen, and now he's live here in person.
6'4", coming in a power forward.
There we go. The unit of Buckets. You're looking good, Buckets. How are you? You got your US jersey on?
I am. I'm repping the US today. My bets later in the show might not reflect that, but as of now, I'm trying to, fit in with everyone, look good doing it. But I'm excited to be here. I mean, I've talked to you guys so much online. Good to finally put some faces to the voices and all that. Just glad to be part of the team today.
Yeah, and you've made the trip to Connecticut, but you haven't bought the breakfast. I'm going to bring it up.
Let's get to the bets. Let's go to the bets.
Buckets had a bet that he would bring production and talent breakfast when he came into the studio, and I'm left here hungry.
Hannah Cass will hold you accountable all points in your life.
Into the fire. All right then, Buckets. Happy Monday. What bets have you got for us then?
Got 2 bets for us all today. I will bring you breakfast before I leave. I promise you that. But
Appreciate
2 bets
it.
that I'm looking at for this France-Morocco game. And the first one, it's just a classic here. I know you guys already talked about Morocco haven't lost now in their last 34 matches, asterisk. But more importantly for me, they've not scored in 2 of those last 34. This is a team that even when they don't win, they are finding the score sheet. And for as good as France have been defensively, I don't trust their defense to stop Morocco from scoring. Not saying that they're going to win, just saying that both teams to score are being even money, plus 100 here. It feels like the best way to attack this. You don't have to pick a winner. You just go ahead and you take the both teams to score, and you're happy at plus money. And then bet number 2, it's kind of the cheat code in the World Cup. We've been talking about how you just take the obvious picks. You take your Messis, you take your Haalands, you take your Kanes, you take the All-Stars to score, and that's about as close to free money as we've gotten. Is right now, Kylian Mbappe to score, it's minus 110. It's not quite even money there, but 7 goals already this World Cup. And anytime you can get him below minus 150, that's almost an auto bet for me. No such thing as free money, but that's as close as we're getting so far this World Cup, as Mbappe to score.
Lovely. JD, you like the bets?
I never bet against buckets, man. Apart from if it involves the USA. Other than that, you know you're my dog, so I trust him. I trust him all the way through. He's good.
How have your bets been lately, Buckets? You've been hitting some...
We've been doing really well. Yeah. Yesterday, we went 6-0 on our bets, so that was pretty awesome. It was a little bit lucky in that Brazil-Norway game, needing goals in that, but as long as it hits, I'd rather be lucky than good in the betting space.
Exactly. Lovely stuff. And you're with us the rest of the week.
With you the rest of the week, till Thursday.
Nice stuff. We've got our bets coming in. Rodney, you a big betting guy?
I'm not a big betting guy.
Okay.
That's not me.
Maybe Buckets can change that for you. Win you
I'm a
some
chill
money.
guy.
All right, then, everybody, we're going to be taking a quick break here on Morning Footy. We've got much more coming up on the other side of this break, so do stay with us, everyone.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, 48 Nations. Everybody, let's get you caught up with your latest headlines. Starting off with some coaching news. We head to England, where Nottingham Forest has named Oliver Glasner their new head coach. The German boss joins Forest after leaving Crystal Palace, and he replaces Vitor Pereira, who was let go despite keeping Forest from being relegated. Glasner is Nottingham Forest's fifth different coach in the past 12 months. And in some other coaching news now, Balogun has a new boss at Monaco, which has hired Felipe Luis as their new head coach. Carlos Queiroz has stepped down as Ghana national team coach, and Valencia has hired Carlos Cordobaran as their new head coach. Going from coaching news to transfer news now, where Tottenham's big spending summer continued with the blockbuster addition of Sandro Tonali. So Spurs completed a $133 million transfer for the Italian midfielder, who arrives after 3 seasons at Newcastle. He joins Roberto De Zerbi's project as the latest signing after the summer additions of Mateus Fernandes, Marco Senesi, Andy Robertson and Jean-Paul Van Hecke. Moving over to World Cup news now, and Brazil's elimination against Norway yesterday officially marked the end of the Neymar era. The Brazilian legend announced his retirement from the national team after yesterday's match, ending his 16-year career with the Seleção. Neymar leaves as Brazil's all-time leading goal scorer with 80 goals in 130 national team appearances, with his international career ending at the same MetLife Stadium where it all began back in 2010. We go to the biggest World Cup news of the day yesterday. FIFA's decision to suspend Folarin Balogun's red card from the US men's national team win over Bosnia and Herzegovina. So FIFA's decision has sparked a fierce response from UEFA, which issued a statement that said part, quote, when the certainty of rules is no longer guaranteed by its guardians, the integrity of the game is at stake and the credibility of a competition is undermined. Equally, such a decision creates a precedent in the ongoing tournament where similar situations will now require an equal treatment to the detriment of the competition. So Belgium has filed a formal appeal of FIFA's decision, and that appeal is being reviewed by a member of FIFA Appeals Committee this morning. Rodney, we've seen a wide range of reactions to this decision. Americans calling justice being done, most of the world calling it corruption. What did you think when you heard that decision?
I wouldn't say corruption. I wouldn't go that far. I think, first of all, the play should have never been a red card. And to overturn it, fine with me. They could have done it a little bit earlier. I don't think it needed to take 3 days for them to then make a phone call and come back and say, you know what, we're going to do it for you because we're in America and the entertainment factor. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it clean, and we're going to do it because of the right reasons, not because somebody necessarily needed to make an approval. I think that it wasn't a red card. Appeal it, make the decision, and keep it clean. But now, does it taint the integrity of the game? I think now we're going to have to make some changes within the rules so it makes it fair for everybody else.
You really want me to dive into this now? Have we got enough time?
We are going to be properly diving into it in a couple of segments, but why don't you just give us maybe your first thoughts?
I'll say keep tuned. Let's leave it for. I'll leave my thoughts for the next bit because I think I should defer to the Americans. That's what I feel like. I should defer to the Americans.
You want to give us your initial thoughts, then, Darian?
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to the guys on Scoreline last night with Janelli, and I actually agree with Ian. I think this is just the way that the game has evolved. We are no longer in you stick with the decision. Now VAR, I think, has brought in so many more question marks around the processes, the appeals, what that process even is. Do we even have anything set in for cases like this? And the fact that it took so much time is the issue to me. That's the problem. I think it should have never been a red, but that should have happened immediately after the game within 24 hours. That should have been the decision to appeal and have it revoked, whatever it was going to be. And then that's the rule going forward. But now there leaves so much gray area and the back and forth. It makes it look even more like a joke, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, everyone, the Balogun conversation is not over. Stay tuned. You can hear JD's full spiel on what is to come.
No, I just feel like we have longer.
Yeah, we do have longer. Everyone, we have to go to a quick break, so we'll see you after this one.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Rank? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
American soccer is taking centre stage this summer with the 2026 World Cup being played here in the USA. And CBS Sports has a trio of documentaries that help tell the story of the sport in this country like no one else can. Take a look.
Soccer isn't a new game in the United States. The immigrants brought it here in 1912.
The opportunity to play for my country, I just could not pass that up.
We're all very proud of you.
Not everyone is aware of what happened in important historical moments for American soccer.
I was a kid that shouldn't have made it. Kid from Nacogdoches, Texas.
Clint Dempsey Doodle.
Kind of one of those things I wasn't going to be denied.
People criticize me often.
You can't take it seriously. It's the USA.
But I get to have that attention because I'm good.
We were carrying the weight of American soccer on our shoulders.
I'm gonna put it shot.
Probably unfair to 20 guys.
When he looks at you, he looks like he wants to kill you. And I have respect for that.
It's about how much are you willing to give to win.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
The USA has realized the dream.
Dempsey through the wall!
Paramount Plus is your one-stop for the best documentaries in American soccer. You Don't Know Where I'm From, Doug. The story of Clint Dempsey is one of several docuseries, along with Pulisic, a 9-part docuseries which gives you a behind-the-scenes look into the life and story of US star Christian Pulisic. And then finally, Billion Dollar Goal, a 3-part docuseries focused on the biggest game-changing moment in American soccer history. And you can watch all 3 documentaries exclusively on Paramount Plus. Okay then, everybody, coming up next, we have much more Morning Footy 48 Nations.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
A crowd here feels electric.
Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, everybody. So we are halfway through the round of 16, and here everyone at the Golazo Network has done a bracket. Rodney, I believe you haven't done a bracket yet, have you actually?
I've done a bracket.
Oh, you've done a bracket. Okay.
Okay, early touch.
Not with us, though, so we're going to see your bracket. So this is a redo for everyone who's done their bracket. Rodney, we're going to see your bracket from rounds of 16, I believe. So actually, everybody,
You're
I'm
first.
going first. I'm going first. Ignore everything I've just said. So this is my bracket that I done at the start of the round of 32. And the only things I've gotten wrong so far is, okay.
There's a couple.
Right, yeah, I've actually got more wrong than I've got
The only thing I got wrong is everything.
So let's just evaluate. So I had Germany beating Paraguay. I don't think a lot of people would have put Paraguay to go through. I'm correct in saying that? Buckets, back me up.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly. I know you had Germany going through. I had Senegal beating Belgium. That obviously didn't happen. I had Brazil beating Norway. That obviously didn't happen. But I've only had 3 upsets. And if I were to have changed anything, if I can change anything now going forward.
Yeah, it's just a remix.
I still think France are going to beat Morocco. With you there, JD. I think the US are going to win their game tonight, whether it was going to be against Senegal or Belgium. I think Spain are going to beat Portugal tonight, without doubt. And I do believe Spain will beat the US. France, Spain in that semi-final.
Well, you have to go with Spain because you picked Spain to win.
I know. I've got to stay confident with Spain. I've still got a Spain-England final. I wouldn't change anything else on the other side of the bracket. I think Colombia will beat Switzerland. Argentina will beat Egypt. I think Argentina will then go on to beat Colombia. But now it's just going to be Norway v England, which I think will be more of an interesting game than if it were to be of Brazil. So I wouldn't really change anything there. I think Spain will still be my winner. Any comments?
7 of 8 still in the quarterfinal correct. That's not bad. I mean, you can talk about some of these easy misses that everyone probably missed, but that's going to look a lot better than mine. That's going to pop up here in a second, so I got to be careful not talk too much trash about this. It looks good.
Coming from the betting expert, I'll take that, Buckets. So this is your bracket. We're seeing a lot of red here.
You didn't even have that first round of 16. You didn't even have even. Oh, anyway.
Can we just address the elephant in the room? And that was Bosnia beating the US. Which
we got to address like 6 elephants in the room. I had Netherlands pushing through here, beating not only Morocco but then knocking out Canada, and then so that is a mess, but hey, still France and Spain. We got some life there. Don't love this bottom left part of the bracket.
Bottom left is looking very
bottom
red.
left is tough. Bosnia, you let me down. Senegal, you let me down. Croatia, you let me down. But Spain holding on. Still got them making it to France. I believe that will happen. Oh, it just gets worse the longer you go. Okay, I forgot I had this. Japan beating Brazil didn't happen. Cote d'Ivoire, Norway didn't happen. Japan beating Cote d'Ivoire. This is just a mess. Ignore all of this. I'll redo it eventually.
But bottom right looking good.
If you just look at this quarter of the bracket, I'm a stud. I killed it. I crushed it. I mean, nothing but perfection if you just look at 25% of the bracket. But overall,
yeah.
Not a lot of good to say about it, but I stick by my bets.
I see why your bracket looks like this.
You get the logic.
Yeah, I get it.
I went for some upsets. That I mean, you look at Netherlands against Morocco.
This is a betting man, so I see what this bracket looks, what it's about.
Yeah.
JD, you're just laughing. I think you gotta.
This was a big money bracket.
It's funny how there's no red bottom right. Half those games haven't even been played yet.
We don't need to point that part out.
After watching last night's England game, Buckets, does it change your opinion on the England-Argentina semi-final at all?
It does, because it's not going to be England. We're going to see Norway there against Argentina in the semi-finals. So it changes a lot about my bracket. I wasn't impressed with England, and I haven't been all tournament. Norway's been showing up.
You wasn't impressed by England at the Azteca? Oh.
Yeah, we'll just leave that one there. I only picked like winners, to be honest. Like I kind of struggled with the whole bracket phrase, so I kind of just picked up from like the round of 16. Apologies, I sort of went a little bit awkward. And let me just make sure my graphics here. I'm going to go across this way, right, from left to right. So we're going to talk about France versus Morocco first. You know, I've already picked France to turn around and go through in that one. Portugal versus Spain is going to be super important all the way through. I actually am really intrigued by both of these two games tonight. I think Portugal versus Spain is going to be very difficult to kind of adjust to. Is going to be difficult. I don't think it's going to be the most aesthetically pleasing game either, but I do have Spain progressing. You know I'm big for the USA all the way through, so they're going to go through. So that's going to be a semi-final clash on this side, and if I'm going to pick one...
Can I ask a question?
Hit me.
If Balogun was suspended, would you still have US going?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I would.
Nice.
I would. I have the confidence in them to progress. So if you put Spain here, the United States will also progress, and then we'll see a semi-final between France... between France and the United States. Between France and Spain. Thank you very much, Hannah. I appreciate you. Between France and Spain, and I have France progressing to the final. So if I flip to the opposite side of the bracket, then I would have had Norway versus England. Now, I know everything I just said about, and I laughed at Bucket, but I do actually think that Norway will go through.
Oh my God.
I do.
You just laughed
He's doing it
at
on
Bucket.
purpose. I know you're doing it on purpose.
It's the eye test.
You just laughed at Bucket.
I did laugh at
reverse
Bucket.
jinxing
I
it.
know
That
what
way
you're
he's
doing.
playing both
It's coming
sides
home.
here.
It's coming home.
It's one of them ones. Maybe I'm just putting out there, a little feeler. I think it will be a South American affair in terms of between Argentina and Colombia. Both of those teams will progress respectively. I think Norway will go through, and I think you'll find Norway versus Argentina in the semi-finals. And then, of course, we'll see Argentina versus France, which is the redemption tour. We're going to go with the remix of what we saw before, and France will be your eventual winners.
Oh, boring.
Why is that boring?
That's what everyone's put.
Yeah, but you had Rome Jiu to win the Champions League.
And they beat City. Everyone's put Argentina, France winning it, but okay.
I'm picking winners.
Okay, I see. Rodney, should we see your bracket? We're going to go where we're going to see... Oh, wait, this is JD.
Okay, transition. I like that. Yeah, we just put it out there one time for all those that said it was boring.
Well, we can see it in the flesh now.
Third star incoming.
Okay. It's similar to mine, kind of, but...
You like it now? Now you see it in its totality, and the team was able to just put it together on the fly?
So you switch Norway over England?
I do. I do see Norway beating England. Only because I think England sometimes play to their opposition, and I think they can drop their standard because the mentality will tell them they're better than Norway, but they haven't seen this Norway team, and this Norway team is probably better than England.
Quick question. Did you think England knew that they were going... Did you think that they were saying we're better than Mexico at Azteca?
Yes, 100%. They had an internal confidence that they thought they were better than Mexico. But if you watch that 90 minutes, were England better than Mexico for large majorities of that game? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
But they were more clinical. Now, I know a clinical team, and that's definitely Norway. So that's why I'm not even going against Bucket. It's too tough.
You laughed at me.
I didn't. I just gave you a small chuckle. That's all.
Okay.
And then we're going to see the remix. Like I said, we've seen this final before. We know how this plays out. But unfortunately, this time, Leo Messi isn't going to be victorious.
Well, everyone, we are live on YouTube today, so we are able to take a look at all your comments in the chat below. Here's one here. Belgium will smoke the US.
What? Ooh, I don't think so.
No?
Smoke?
Why not, Rodney?
I think the US takes that, and I think the US goes versus Spain. I think the US, with the momentum that they have right now...
Don't
be
say
careful
it.
now. Be careful where you're going now.
With the momentum that they have right now, they're going through, baby!
To the semis?
100%. But why not? I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer. And that's what I think. I think the US can top Spain in one of those wild 1-1. We go to overtime, a little push and shove. Weston McKennie gets a header. Wow, we all go crazy.
Wow.
So you're going to get USA France.
I'm going Morocco.
USA Morocco.
Okay, well, we're going to look at its bracket. We do have one more comment. Everyone just want to get to it. I'm French, and France will definitely not defeat Spain. Definitely not. Okay, then, Rodney, time for your bracket. We're going to start near enough from scratch here. Oh no, we've already filled it out for you.
Wait a minute.
What?
Wow.
Wait a minute. Yep. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Let's just start off France, Morocco.
Wait. How do we get to Morocco, Colombia final? There's so many question marks I have here.
Hold on for 1 minute. Let me explain. So we talked about France, Paraguay, boom, done. France, Morocco, going with Morocco. Portugal, Spain. Spain moves on. Lamine Yamal scores extra time. Cristiano Ronaldo still gets his glory. He gets his goal. Everybody gets the sui in the stadium. Everyone does that. The U.S. Tops Belgium, and then they go versus Spain.
Just top Spain.
Something wild happens there where everybody kind of gets into
this whole bracket is
momentum. USA gets the win out of that, and on this side we have Switzerland. It's not moving through. Colombia's going through. Argentina versus Egypt. Argentina. Mexico, England, boom. Colombia is making it to the final. Colombia, Argentina is going to be a big one right here. This is it. This is a party. That's what I want to see. South American football right there. Colombia makes it to the final. Morocco, dark horse from day one. They win the World Cup. Don't at me. Don't link me.
What a bracket.
Don't link me.
I know the Drake emotionalist. I heard it. Yeah. I understand what you're doing there. I understand what you're putting down.
Can I ask you just a quick question here? What's going to be a tougher match for Colombia, Argentina or England going through? Who's going to play them harder?
This is a game that they're used to in terms of flavor, in terms of flair, in terms of it's similar playing styles. So this is a really hard game for Argentina. I don't think they have it against Colombia. I think Colombia. I think their defenders are going to come in and make. This is slipping off. Colombia's defenders are going to come in and make a difference in the attack with a header. Set pieces are going to be vital for Colombia.
I got so many questions.
Well, you go ahead and ask now. Since we're here now, we can ask now. I got time.
We're going to revisit. We have to go to a break, JD. I'm afraid.
Break on this? This is how we leave it?
But we already talked about France.
This bracket here is where we're going to a break.
Oh gosh, why did we even look at mine? We should have just looked at this.
I'll be honest with you. Our brackets have no further questions.
This is beautiful.
So many questions for you. This right here is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
That's the
It's all
one right
crazy.
there. That's the one.
Rodney's
but if
crazy.
you're playing the World Cup in the United States, why are we not cheering for the United States?
There we go. Go USA, baby.
Slow zoom.
It's all going to hit. It's all going to hit.
See you after the break.
It's going to be perfect.
Watch.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Rank? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
A crowd here
feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, everyone. So arguably the biggest news coming out of this tournament so far was that FIFA suspended the red card Folarin Balogun received in the US versus Bosnia and Herzegovina game. So that means he is now available in the game versus Belgium today. So FIFA came out and released this statement yesterday about the red card situation, saying by operation of Article 27 FDC, the implementation of the automatic match suspension for USA player Folarin Balogun is suspended for a probationary period of 1 year. Then the Belgian head coach Rudy Garcia responded to this, saying, I didn't know that at the World Cup, the 5th of July is actually the 1st of April. It's April Fools. We're not defending the national team or federation, we are defending football. And why don't we take a listen, everybody, to what Mauricio Pochettino, the American head coach, had to say.
It's not too many time ago. You can find some situation that happen the same that. And that, for me, is very good for football, is to celebrate. Because if some, in the next game or the game that they are playing now, and some unfair thing happen, you have the possibility to go and to reverse the decision. Decision that came from the VAR, from situations that are slow motion, that never is the reality of what happened on the pitch. For me, it's not a thing to debate. It's to congratulate that decision. That is fantastic. Not only for because we are going to have another player available. It's not for football. I think open the possibility, to repair a little bit, the bad decisions.
So, everyone, I think it's worth noting as well, Belgium has not filed an appeal of the Balogun ruling, but did ask FIFA for a written explanation. FIFA took that request as an appeal. JD.
Here we go.
Do you agree with the decision of what FIFA have just done to suspend this red card?
It's so interesting watching it from both sides of the coin. So I can understand exactly how the US feel in terms of the actual incident itself. Probably didn't require a red card. And we've all reflected upon that there was an intervention from the video assistants who didn't feel or pretty much showed that they've probably never played football before in their lives, right? They didn't understand the magnitude of what was actually happening between two players and a jostle or a clash that you could see at any point on the pitch. Then I can understand the Belgium appeal. And I think both my teammates have alluded it to today. The decision in terms of to reinstate Flo Balogun is so late in terms of the decision-making, it's now created better in questions or bigger questions around the integrity now of the game. But the only problem I have with this whole situation is there's only one thing that's at fault. FIFA don't want to take accountability. If they just put a statement out which took accountability for the referee or the video assistant being incorrect, none of this would be occurring. If you put a statement out and said, you know what, we clearly, in terms of our review and our report and reading it, understood that there was a mistake made in terms of Flo Balogun and the red card. We've decided to waive his suspension. This would not even be a conversation. We would have just understood that FIFA have taken accountability for one of their officials making a bad decision, whether that's the video assistant or the actual referee on field. But nobody wants to take account for that. Nobody wants to make a public statement. So you're leaving it up to the media and everybody else to make their assumptions as to why you've reinstated this person. Now we've got head politicians getting involved and people talking about waiving situations here. And for me, the cloud is, throughout this whole competition, FIFA needs to take a step forward in understanding what accountability means and what you're doing as a governing footballing body, and take responsibility for a decision that you clearly feel was the wrong one, and make a statement about that. And it would allow all the cloud, all the confusion, all of the judgment, even this conversation to become null and void because you understood as to why you've made your decision. But there's none of that. There's no accountability. So hence, we're here now having a conversation about a player that should never have been suspended, that was then suspended, and now being reinstated, and there's been no explanation for none of the above.
Darren, what type of advantage do you think it gives the US? I mean, not just on the pitch, having Flo back on the pitch, but also, do you think it gives them a mental advantage going into this game?
I mean, it can be a disadvantage at the same time. I mean, yeah, because you're looking at everybody almost doubting where the US is now, that you're getting how people are portraying it, how people feel, as sort of a handout that Balogun is back. But JD, I think that was so well said. I truly agree with you that FIFA needs to take accountability for it, because there was just so many missteps. But that's what I mean with, like, we're in such a different era with VAR and the processes that aren't set in place, and then we're constantly remaking them and then refiguring rules and then not figuring out rules. And it's a shame as well that it's around Balogun, because to me, he's such an incredible player, and this is what we're talking about. This is what's going to be haunting at the game. Whether he has a standout game or has a bad game, that's going to be the narrative that's going to track however he's going to play. So it's a shame on that front and for the U.S. in its entirety. But I think that this team has showed a lot of mental resilience, you know, being the host country, struggling before this tournament started, and then coming and just building and confidence in the way that the U.S. has played. I think that they have enough mental fortitude to overcome this and just focus on the game. All of the hoopla around it is not their problem.
Rodney, if you're a player on that Belgian national team, how does that affect them?
You gotta flip the switch. All of these things can become a distraction, and you don't want it to affect your locker room. You don't want it to affect what's being said within the meetings. You don't want it to affect the performance on the field. So at the end of the day, the decision has been made, and if I'm the manager or if I'm a player within the locker room, we got to go and ball. There is nothing else to it. Everything else has been done. We have to go and take care of business, and that's what Belgium should be worried about right now.
Do you think it could be something that potentially brings this Belgium team together?
It's one of those things where Belgium is saying it's us against the world type of situation, and they go out there and perform in a way to just hush the noise.
I mean, I know you're not a big basketball fan, but I'm going to give you a reference. You know who Kevin Garnett is, right? He says, ball don't lie. At the end of the day, like, when you draw, though, everyone steps across the white line and we go and play football in 11 against 11 with the additions of the subs, none of this noise is going to matter. Like, whatever's written already by God is already going to be decided. So whether Flo Balogun goes and has a great performance, or as he goes and gets the winner today, whether Belgium absolutely wiped the floor with the US, that was already designated. This is all just a subplot to what the actual main event is. At the end of the day, it's still going to be decided on the pitch. No ball has been kicked yet, and we're sitting there confused as to whether or not a player is legitimate, should be playing or not. Like, go and decide it on the field then, because if we were sitting in the Belgium changing room right now, I'd be like, I don't care if he plays, if he doesn't play, if he plays 60 minutes, if they hook him off,
you'd rather
if they reinstate him. Let's go.
Put him on the field.
Let's go and decide it right there and then. In fact, I would be like, I want him to play, so that there's no confusion as to who the better team is.
We're already seeing it, though, affect football. It's only been out for 24 hours, but even yet in yesterday's game, England versus Mexico, Thomas Tuchel came out about Kwanzaa's red card after the game, saying, well, can we appeal this now? You know, it's causing a lot of confusion, and it's only been out for 24 hours. But why don't we get back to the game that we're about to see, US versus Belgium? We saw a friendly in March. Belgium beat the US 5-2. Darren, do you think it will go similar tonight?
No, that was such a different tactics, different
You're not worried about that?
No, the vibes were not high in camp going into that match, let alone into the World Cup. It's completely different stakes, completely different personnel, completely different mentality from this U.S. side, and Belgium as well. I think that they're actually struggling with confidence. Yes, they've made it to where they are, but this isn't a team that's performed that great in this tournament so far. And I think if you look at performance by performance, the U.S. has actually done a lot better and come a lot further than Belgium has. They've sort of plateaued. They faced a very different U.S. squad. And the fact that it's on home soil, the crowd backing them, all of this issue in the media, the fact that we're talking about it, I think that it's just even more motivation for both of these sides. I think you both said it well. Once the game starts, it's the game. That's all that matters. But I think it's going to be much, much more competitive from the U.S. end than what we saw in that friendly.
Rodney, how do you see it going tonight?
It's going to be a battle. At the end of the day, it's about the quality on the field. We talked about when the whistle blows, it's football. So Belgium versus U.S., Balogun's going to be on the field. Everyone has to get over that. And as a matter of fact, we want to have Balogun on the field. As a fan, you want to have him on the field. If you're a Belgium player, you want him on the field. If you're a fan of the Belgian national team, you want him on the field. So this is going to make for an incredible story, regardless of what the score may be for the U.S. For football as a whole, this is changing the game.
OK then, everyone, we've talked bigger picture about these teams, but there are some very interesting matchups we're about to be seeing. For example, Jeremy Doku versus Alex Freeman. So that brings us to our segment presented by Nintendo Switch 2. Who do you think will have more success in this matchup, JD? Doku or Freeman?
I love what Alex Freeman's done within this tournament. I wasn't actually aware of his background in terms of his father as well, being an all-time great in the NFL as well. So the family history, the storyline, everything that Alex Freeman's had, the momentum has been fantastic. Now, this is where I really get to see how good you are on the pitch, because that is one of the most fearful wingers in world football. His sharpness, how good he is, the transitions, oh my God. Listen to me. If you're going to get cold sweats, Jeremy Doku will give you cold sweats. Not because he's going to drop his shoulder 1,000 times and you don't know which way he's going to go, but he's really going to test Alex Freeman to how good he is on the pitch. So all of the narrative, all of the conversations, all of the Good Morning, I think it's Good Morning America interviews, that's all great. But at the end of the day, you need to turn up in this moment. And he's got one of the hardest matchups. But his determination and how well he plays could actually be a massive factor, because I do see Belgium have an over-reliance on what Jeremy Doku can do in the final third.
OK. So more success, Doku, Freeman. You've got to give me an answer.
Doku.
I like what you said. You're like, you don't know which way he's going.
You don't know which way.
Okay, but you actually do. He's going right. You know, every time he's going to go to the right, but you're still, yeah,
all right,
you're
then.
still guessing.
On to our next one then. Rodney, who will have more success, Adams or De Bruyne?
Oof.
Oof.
Big one.
That is a big one, because Tyler Adams' job is to anchor and to hold and to stop KDB from pinging the ball wherever he wants. Ultimately, in my opinion, Tyler Adams gets the job done. Strong player, has to have his best defensive performance, and tactically he has to be in the right place at the right time. I don't think Kevin De Bruyne is the same Kevin De Bruyne as the past. Tyler Adams gets the best of him.
Wow, that's a big statement.
You're jumping in your seat.
It's tough because you have to think about De Bruyne and where he plays, and he can be on the top of the D and still ping a ball on a dime.
He'll drop off and ping it, you're right.
Yeah, he'll adapt to, I think, avoiding Tyler Adams because he has an engine. He's not afraid to hit you. He's not afraid to be a menace in the middle of the pitch, so.
All right, then.
That's a tough one.
Good matchup there. Another good matchup. Darian, who will have more success in this one, Richards or Lukaku?
This is tough because Lukaku's been efficient. I mean, he's got the 2 goals. He's come in. He's looked dangerous. He's building in minutes. But Chris Richards is steady Eddie in this tournament. I've got to go with our American Chris Richards. I just think he's been so confident. He's a true leader. He very rarely missteps, and I think against a Lukaku who as well is not the same Lukaku that we've known from the past, he's going to be just on him, not give him the space to turn and get a shot off, and I think matches him in physical stature, so Chris Richards.
You like that, JD?
I'm nervous for Chris Richards. This isn't because Romelu Lukaku is who he is in the past, but it's just like when he, and I mean this like respectfully, when he puts his body in between you and the ball, I just don't think there's a defender in world football that's going to get there. He could roll either way, and he's getting sharper because he's had a lot of injury problems in terms of domestically, and now I'm seeing him sort of get better and better as the competition goes on. Yeah, pray for Chris, man. Pray for Chris. That's another one.
This is where we see what Chris Richards is really made of, though.
Big facts, because now we're about to see if you can actually step up against somebody that you know has an absolute presence and you know you can't give half a chance to. This is a massive opportunity. This whole American back line, whether it's a 3 or a 5, everybody's got to have one of them games.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to be on point.
Very intriguing matchups in this one tonight, everybody. We've got some fun comments. Lukaku will eat Richards, literally. Literally, he will eat Richards. We'll have to wait and see until a bit later. Everybody, we have got Buckets back in studio for some bets in this game. Buckets, great to see you again. What have you got for us?
Great to see you guys as well. My one goal by the end of my time here in the studio is to learn what to do with my hands. I am so uncomfortable and I don't know what to do, but
it will come, bro.
I will get there. I got 2 player props for everyone. I got one for the USA fans, and I got one for the Belgium fans here. When you're betting on a player prop, looking at a player to score or assist, you can either bet on the numbers or you can bet on the narrative. With Balogun, we're kind of getting both. I mean, already 3 goals in this World Cup so far, but the storylines are just going to be unreal if he manages to get on the score sheet. All kind of controversy. I'm the betting guy. I don't have to talk about it. I'll leave that to you guys. But him to score or assist at plus money is something I'm taking regardless of the opponent every single time with the form he's in. I expect him to get on the score sheet in one way or the other. And then bet number 2. We can talk about Doku, we can talk about Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku, all these guys. Leandro Trossard has been incredible this World Cup. He has 3 goal contributions already, and even when he's not scoring or assisting, he's doing so much off the ball to create these chances. So seeing him at plus 180 to have a goal contribution to score or assist in this matchup, something he's done 3 times already this World Cup, I just think that's good value. Make sure to bet responsibly, but I'm looking at both of these guys to have a very big match tonight.
Lovely. Balogun, Trossard getting a goal, JD?
No. No. It's going to be a boring 0-0 and nobody's going to be tuned in. No, it's going to be, actually, I think it's going to be really open, really free-flowing. And it's a very, very good open bet. I like it, Buckets. I'm giving you a double thumbs up for that one.
Lovely stuff, Buckets. Thank you very much. OK, then, everybody, US men's national team versus Belgium tonight. Do stay tuned, everybody. We've got much more Morning Footy. 48 Nations on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it? The crowd here feels electric.
Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, everybody. We've got the whole gang in studio, sat on the couches. Buckets, lovely to have you with us again. Time for a quick game. You ready for a quick game?
I think so.
Okay.
Why you look so nervous, bro?
I'm an awkward person.
Relax, sit back. You're on the couch, you're on Morning Footy. Just have fun.
It's so tense.
Rodney's relaxed. This is his first time here on Morning Footy. There we go. All right. right then, no numbers to deal with, no bets. You don't need your iPad. You just need to respond to my
Just
answer,
vibes.
my
Okay.
question. What's more likely? That's the game we're playing today. So what is more likely? Kane wins the World Cup or Mbappe wins Ballon d'Or this season?
Oh.
Wait, we just throwing it out there? We just anybody answer?
Anyone answer.
Oh, Kane winning the World Cup.
What's more likely?
Yeah, Kane winning the World Cup.
I'll go Mbappe. Mbappe winning Ballon d'Or.
Didn't you say that England are going to lose to Norway?
Yeah, you didn't even.
You asked me what's more likely.
Go through
Yeah, but-
it's fine.
Sorry. Let me explain.
Run it back.
I'll verify it, and I'll just say, like, because Mbappe to win a Ballon d'Or means it also take into account what he did in the run with Jicha, and they didn't achieve any. They didn't
But do you
achieve
not
any.
think if
48 goal contributions.
Yeah, we know that part, but they judge you on what you win. That's how you win a Ballon d'Or. If we're talking about, like, look at Dembele. How many minutes did Dembele play last time? And he walked away with a Ballon d'Or because he won everything.
But you're going to tell me Mbappe wins the World Cup and he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or?
Yeah, I can see that.
Let him stand on it.
Mbappe can do it.
Because if France win the World Cup, there'll be other players. Elise will be ahead of him because of what he's done in a Bayern Munich shirt this year. There will be other players that they will consider ahead of him.
Mbappe, if he wins the World Cup, he wins it as the main character.
The man.
As his team. If he wins this World Cup, he's the man.
You think he's the main character on that team right now?
100%.
So surely if it carries on that way, you don't agree?
Well, go on. I know what you're going to say. Go on. We want to hear it.
You might.
Yeah, all of that, and I go, I agree with what JD said. Because I think if France win the World Cup, it's going to be Elise with the Ballon d'Or. So I'm going to go with the upset. England beat Norway and run through.
Elise makes him the main character.
Elise
Sometimes you don't have to be. You don't have to be the main character to be the main character.
Yeah,
you know
but
what
we
I'm
still
saying?
take note of what Elise is doing out here.
I'm 100%.
I'm biased. I got a Bayern Munich tattoo on my leg, so I see Elise. I'm going to go with Elise on.
All right. All right now.
Okay. Do we?
Okay, game show host.
All right
Let's just move on. All right then, on to our next one. So, what's more likely? Morocco make the World Cup final?
Yes.
We know where he's going.
Or Norway makes the World Cup final?
Norway.
You
verify
right, you're the only Morocco.
Verify yourself.
Why do you think Morocco will make the final over Norway?
Experience. Morocco has more experience, better football background than Norway. Norway has never been in this situation before. Morocco 34 unbeaten. Morocco takes it.
He doesn't even believe it in his own heart. He would have said right at the end there, Norway to go to the final.
Because it's not going to be, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy, but I keep looking at Haaland, bro. He's just,
You stop this
he's
guy.
looking at me like, yeah. I look at that guy.
Point, though,
He is that big.
Without Haaland, who's leading Norway?
Antonio Nusa.
I get that, but I don't think Morocco's going to beat France.
Okay, so why do we think Norway can make the final?
Because they're one of the serious dark horses in this competition. They have everybody they've beaten, everybody they've showcased over the last, like, let's say 12 to 18 months. They've been fantastic, both on and off the pitch. So the momentum, the confidence, the fans, everything is moving in the right direction.
Okay.
I'm almost trying to become a Viking. That's how I'm feeling.
Gonna have a full Viking
Here for the
Bucket's going to make a good Viking, I think.
I'm trying to get. I need the hair to stay back so I can get my full Holland look. But no, I'm going with Norway just because of Holland. I don't need anything else. He's good enough. That's all it's going to take.
Okay. Fair enough. Good point. We have got some comments, everyone, to look at from the YouTube chat. Get on plane Morocco. Bye-bye.
He spelled plane wrong.
I don't know if he means get on the plane Morocco or get on the plane for Morocco.
Get on plane.
You're missing a word. Wherever it is, you're missing a word. Just let us know which direction you're trying to go in so we can work it out.
Morocco might beat France, but not Spain.
Ooh,
I like that.
Well, that's not bad.
I would think the opposite. I think they would beat Spain and not France.
I actually agree.
No.
Okay. Have we got any more? I don't think we've got any more comments. Let's go to our next one. What's more likely? Jurgen Klopp wins a title with Germany, obviously reportedly accepted an offer to become the new head coach of Germany. Or is it more likely that Ancelotti wins a title with Brazil?
Oh, Jurgen with Germany?
Bring me Jurgen with Germany any day.
You think so?
Yes.
I think there's more of an adjustment of time for Brazil that they need with Ancelotti before Jurgen can come in and just, I think, bring the energy that he has that we saw with Liverpool with this German squad.
Jurgen has a different base. He has a stronger base than Ancelotti. He doesn't have that same stability. Ancelotti has to rebuild their whole system. Germany has it. They were just unlucky and underperformed in the World Cup. But with Jurgen, they can get it.
You think Germany has a higher talent pool right now than Brazil?
Yes.
We talk about all the young players for Brazil.
Yes.
No factors. We didn't even see them, so we can't really speak on that.
I think Germany has a higher mentality pool right now than Brazil does, and that is, you can build off of that easily if you keep that momentum and that sort of mental fortitude that I think Klopp can bring into this German side. Yeah.
If you're asking who's a front runner going into 2030, out of these two nations right now, if we're drawing the line right now, Germany are ahead of Brazil. They're ahead of them with the team that they have, the squad they have, the age of some of the players that's going into the next one. They're ahead of Brazil. And they actually have a better identity. I actually know what Germany are about. They're missing one or two bits. Definitely, I would say a number 9, a definitive number 9 falls into that. But they're in fact, they're miles ahead of Brazil. That's how far they are.
Klopp is that missing piece?
Yeah, Klopp's the missing piece. I think Germany's going to make a very good run in the next World Cup, and I think having Joshua Kimmich as the captain, who is leading this team, whether he plays well or not, having that leadership is what they need, and I think Brazil's missing a leader right now.
Okay.
His shirt's tucked in. It's business.
There we go. They mean business. On to our next one. This is our final one, guys. What is more likely? Sorry, I got confused. What is more likely? Jeremy Doku, man of the match tonight, or Christian Pulisic, man of the match tonight? Tough one.
That is tough.
Can I say Jeremy Doku, man of the match, but Belgium
USA
still
win?
lose? Yeah, Belgium still lose. Like, Jeremy Doku could have an amazing performance. Like, he might get maybe a goal, maybe an assist, and Belgium could still lose 4-2. And that's the realism of it. I've got question marks or two about Christian in these type of games, and we'll see. Like, I'm hoping that he answers all of these question marks, but I'm looking for that. You know that iconic performance when you look at the person who's a talisman for a country? I've seen Clint Dempsey have it. You don't know where I'm from, dog, right? Go and watch the documentary. Like, everything else that they've had, there's been iconic moments that the leaders of the nation have had, and I'm waiting for Christian to have that standout. This is my crowning jewel. When people look back, oh, what did you do with the United States? This is the first thing that people speak of. Tonight could be the night.
I agree. It's the tough one because the man of the match is going to be whoever wins. So I get your logic of wanting to take Doku, thinking he's going to play better than Pulisic, but you got to go with Pulisic if you think USA are winning.
Yeah.
If this is Balogun, I would take Balogun, no questions asked. But since we have this kind of weird toss-up, I'm going to go with Doku and hope I'm wrong, hope USA win. But if Belgium win, Doku's going to be a massive part of that.
Yeah, I agree. I think they both give a really valid argument as to why. I think Doku's going to slice and dice and be getting in line and providing a lot of service, even for himself. So I'm going Doku.
Christian, I think this is his breakout moment, and I feel like the manager has given him the opportunity to stay on the pitch, and he could have taken him out because he's got a little bit of an injury. Well, let's reserve his minutes, but he kept him on the pitch, and he said, no, we got to keep going. This is the World Cup. You're healthy. We go.
Well, everyone, JD did just mention the documentary, You Don't Know Where I'm From, Dog. We have been questioning where Rodney is from this show, because you seem to be on that Moroccan train, and we love a good photo. We love a good photo shot. So we don't know if you're from Morocco. We don't know where you're from, dog.
Sick for that. You guys are sick for that.
Rodney, we think you're from Morocco now. Who knows?
That's a standout moment.
Everybody, time for a quick break here on Morning Footy. We've got much more coming up on the other side, everyone.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric.
Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, 48 nations, everybody. Time to look at some social scenes all online. This was when the Cabo Verde national team returned home, their bus going through their capital. Rodney, such an impressive tournament from them, wasn't it?
It was an incredible tournament, and they deserve everything that is happening for them at this moment. They've created all of this fandom. They created this buzz around them, and for me to be able to witness that, it reminds me of what Costa Rica was able to do in the 2014 World Cup. But this is a feeling that no one will ever forget.
Heroes, deservedly so. Right. Okay, let's go on to our next one then. Norway's reaction after their game yesterday.
Whoa.
Wow. I believe this was in Norway.
Oh my God.
That's phenomenal. Is that the national
Is that
stadium?
where we were?
Maybe. Ulvor Stadion.
That is phenomenal. That looks fake. That's how good that is.
Wow.
That place is
Wow.
Scene.
It looks like you're at like a concert.
That's what Jay-Z's concert's going to look like this week.
First time.
Yeah, I'll be there.
First time.
All right, quick to drop that in.
Yeah, quick, I'll be there.
First time for Norway ever reaching the quarterfinals of the World Cup. This was Haaland enjoying Norway's win.
On Snapchat.
He's the Snapchat king. Looked like he went out after the game potentially.
It's either that or they turned their bus into a club on the way to the hotel.
Douche. I like it, man.
Is this taking a shot? He's so Gabriel here.
Well, you know what's so crazy? Their beef is like long-standing. Their beef is as deep as like 50 Cent and Ja Rules. Like it's forever. So like, I like the fact that they take a jab at each other at any opportunity they get. And even when Gabriel was on the floor, I could tell that he was looking up to the sky like, oh, I gotta look on Instagram later and see this guy.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it.
Yeah. Lovely stuff, lovely
Hold the
social
beef to the
scenes.
grave, man.
Okay, then, everybody, shifting gears now. It's day 27 of 41 in Nico's Coast to Coast RV trip. So he's currently in New York because yesterday he went to the Brazil-France game and he sent us a quick message this morning, everyone. Take a listen.
What's up, Hannah? I know that last night there was a lot of suffering between you and JD for England, but you guys are through to the next round. And for all of your suffering, I'm going to take that and turn it into joy because we are at Cat's Deli. You ask, why are we at this iconic New York staple? Well, Erling Braut Haaland just days ago came here to try their pastrami sandwich. Funny enough, I've lived in the city for, I think, a grand total of 7 years. It's my first time ever at Cat's Deli, and let me tell you, this is unreal. I'm going to try it in a second, but I just want to let you know that this is the same exact order that Haaland picked, and then now he's one of the top goal scorers at the World Cup. So you put two and two together. Cat's Deli has left their imprint at this World Cup. So I know Harry Kane is going to Miami, but perhaps on his way from Mexico, he should stop in New York to have the pastrami sandwich because Erling Haaland is charged up. I'm going to try this for you. Let me see if I can balance this microphone because 100%, there we go. Look at that. Ole. It needs some mustard. Oh, look at this. the European mind can't even comprehend, but it should begin to comprehend, because Haaland has, what, 6 World Cup goals at this point? Right behind only Messi, Mbappe, and Kane. Oh, no, he has 7. Forget about it. Top goal scorer at the World Cup. Ready? Hopefully I score some more goals too.
That looks horrible.
Your face says yuck.
So Nico was at the Brazil-Norway game and then he went to that deli. Oh, yuck.
The mustard is well.
And there was
I don't know about the mustard.
There was like
I've had the
much-
sandwich. The sandwich is good.
There was like that much meat
necessary.
and this much bread.
That's what makes it good. European mind just can't get it. We'll all go. We'll do a field trip one day.
I'm down. No mustard. No mustard though.
I don't know.
Team outing.
I don't know if I want. I'd rather go to the games, to be honest. All right then, everyone. Let's take a quick break here on Morning Footy. We've got much more coming up on the other side, so we'll see you there.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric.
Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back, everybody. So today we have our final 2 round of 16 games. First one is Portugal versus Spain. Portugal have won just 1 of their 12 competitive meetings with Spain, whereas Spain, they have 5 straight clean sheets in this World Cup. That's tied for the most in World Cup history. A bit later on in the day, 8 p.m. Eastern, the US are taking on Belgium, and Belgium have won 6 of the last 7 meetings with the US, notably that 5-2 win in March in that friendly. But everyone, it's time for our Morning Footy Gazette, so we're going to be predicting what we're seeing on the front pages in the papers tomorrow morning. So JD, why don't you get us started? You're going to be doing US versus Belgium, aren't you?
Well, the headline is always around Flo Balogun, and I do see him actually turning up. But obviously, we had the question marks whether or not he was going to be here. So not a red, white, and blue is a good way to start things off. And whether they talk about the suspension, whether or not he was deserving to be here, Flo Balogun has been excellent throughout this tournament and a focal point for the US. So I'm excited to see what he does now in arguably the biggest game in US modern history. So yeah, red, white, no, not a red, white, and blue, and a Flo Balogun winner sounds like a good headline to me.
Good stuff.
I like that.
Mine is also a Balogun winner. I've gone the same route as you, JD. So this was my Morning Footy Gazette. Let's put it up. Ballo buries Belgium. Balogun makes most of red card.
Triple B's.
This one, I didn't put this. You see, production have tricked me. I didn't put this, but I'll go with it. Ballo buries Belgium. I did have mine cleared to play, called to deliver. I was so proud of that.
And I like that. That was zippy. Yeah, that was good.
I wanted to put that, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We think Balogun will have a good game.
Yeah.
Score the winner. Why
Has
not?
to.
All right, you're doing Portugal versus Spain then.
I am doing Portugal versus Spain. So let's see, Hannah. I think that you'll like mine because, of course, the match is being played in Texas.
Yes.
This ain't Texas.
What? This isn't what I put. That's what I mean, you all, folks.
They're stitching us up today.
They're setting you up.
Wait, I gotta read what I said because I thought, oh, Hannah's gonna like this. Everything's bigger in Texas. Lamine Yamal's heroics and Cristiano Ronaldo's heartbreak.
Oh,
that's what I initially had.
Good stuff.
Come
I like
on.
that one. All right, Rodney, what have you got? Or what have production got for you?
Now we don't know.
Please, just let me know, because you already set me up with Morocco here. So I'm saying Lamine Yamal gets his moment. That's it's the Wonder Boy.
The future is now. Lamine Yamal's winner ends
I like this.
I like
Cristiano Ronaldo's World
Thank you,
Cup
production.
dream.
Finally, you guys are on my side. I appreciate that.
So you think Yamal's going to take over from Ronaldo?
It's time for him to really put a stamp on the game and say, I am one of the greatest. It's my turn now.
All right, then.
Cristiano Ronaldo will also get his flowers, but this is the last one for him.
OK, then, everybody. 25 days down into this World Cup. We're well into the round of 16, but we're just getting started here on the Golazo Network, everyone. We've got much more coming up on the other side of this break.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Rank? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man.